Hello students, we welcome you to AMET City College, a post-C training center. In this module, we are going to discuss sample questions for exit exam of liquefied gas tanker familiarization course. Here, you will be presented with questions with 4 multiple choices and out of which one right answer will be chosen with a brief explanation. Let's proceed. Question number 1. What is the primary cargo carried by liquefied gas tankers? Option A, crude oil. Option B, liquefied natural gas. Option C, gasoline. And option D, diesel. The right answer is option B, liquefied natural gas. As the name itself suggests, liquefied gas tankers are designed for carrying liquefied natural gas. The other options in this question are carried on normal oil tankers. Question number 2. In liquefied gas tanker operations, what does the term cargo containment system refer to? Option A, methods of cargo heating. Option B, procedures for cargo transfer. Option C, design and construction of cargo tanks. Option D, emergency response plans. Answer is option C, design and construction of cargo tanks. As the name suggests, cargo containment system means a place to store cargo. So that is basically concerning the design and construction of the cargo tanks. The other options are irrelevant here. Question number 3. Which safety measure is crucial during cargo loading and unloading on liquefied gas tankers? Option A, minimum PPE usage. Option B, adequate ventilation. Option C, rapid handling. Option D, restricted access zones. The answer is D, restricted access zones. Here the answer states that restricting the access zone during cargo loading and unloading is the most crucial factor in implementing safety measure. The other options are also important, but here restricting the most crucial places during loading and unloading operation will play the major factor in providing maximum safety measure. Question number 4. What is the primary function of an inert gas system on a liquefied gas tanker? Option A, cargo heating. Option B, preventing cargo explosions. Option C, enhancing cargo transfer speed. Option D, reducing cargo vapor pressure. The answer is option B, preventing cargo explosions. Here, by introducing inert gas system on a liquefied gas tanker, we are reducing the oxygen content inside the tank, which in turn reduces the chances of static discharge explosions which can occur. Question number 5. Which gas is commonly transported as a cryogenic liquid on liquefied gas tankers? Option A, methane. Option B, propane. Option C, butane. Option D, ethylene. The answer is option A, methane. Here, option A, methane is the right answer because that is the only gas here which is to be carried totally in a cryogenic state. Other gases can be either carried in a cryogenic state or at a hotter temperature with pressurized and semi-pressurized tanks. Question number 6. In liquefied gas tanker operations, what does the term boil off gas refer to? Option A, excess cargo vaporization during transit. Option B, emergency fire control gas. Option C, fuel gases for the tanker's engine. Option D, gas generated during cargo loading. And the answer is option A, excess cargo vaporization during transit. The answer here relates to the term when excess cargo vaporizes during the transit because of temperature differences inside the tank and atmosphere, which creates vapors which is collected. Question number 7. What is the primary purpose of a cargo heating system on a liquefied gas tanker? Option A, increasing cargo pressure. Option B, reducing cargo vaporization. Option C, preventing cargo crystallization. And option D, enhancing cargo containment. And the answer is preventing cargo crystallization. Question number 8. Which liquefied gas tanker cargo operation involves transferring cargo from one tanker to another? Option A, loading. Option B, unloading. Option C, ship-to-ship transfer. And option D, tank purging. The answer is option C, ship-to-ship transfer. The answer here clearly states that ship-to-ship transfer, which means one ship to another ship. All the other options are relating to operations which are done generically on all tankers wherever the loading and discharging is done. Question number 9. What is the primary role of cargo venting system on a liquefied gas tanker? Option A, reducing cargo pressure. Option B, enhancing cargo containment. Option C, heating the cargo. Option D, increasing cargo vaporization. The answer is option A, reducing cargo pressure. Basically, a cargo venting system is provided on a tanker ship to relieve it from excess pressure acting on the whole system. The other options which are provided here are irrelevant to the term mentioned here. So option A is the right answer. Question number 10. What type of tank would likely be used if maximizing the ship's deck area is a priority? Option A, spherical type B tank. Option B, prismatic type B tank. Option C, cylindrical type C tank. And option D, membrane tank. And the answer is option B, prismatic type B tank. Here, the prismatic type B tank is a proper area which gives flat surfaces, which enables the running of pipelines and other lines on deck, which gives more utility in the deck area. The other spherical and cylindrical shapes will make it difficult for laying pipelines. So thus, prismatic type is the most preferred type. Question number 11. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operations, what does the term vapor return line do? Option A, returns excess cargo to the shore facility. Option B, recirculates cargo vapor to the cargo tank. Option C, provides fuel for the tanker's engine. Option D, discharges cargo vapor to the atmosphere. And the answer is option A, returns excess cargo to the shore facility. Normally on a liquefied gas tanker, during cargo operations, if there is a vapor line connected, it normally returns the excess vapor back to the shore facility where we are loading or discharging. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 12. What is the primary purpose of a pressure relief valve in liquefied gas tanker operations? Option A, reducing cargo vaporization. Option B, enhancing cargo containment. Option C, preventing overpressure in cargo tanks. Option D, providing fuel for the tanker's engine. The answer is option C, preventing overpressure in cargo tanks. Here, without a pressure relief valve, during cargo operations, a cargo tank might get overpressured. So, to avoid this kind of overpressure situation, you need a pressure relief valve which might relieve pressure inside the cargo tanks. So, that is the primary purpose of it. Question number 13. What is the typical temperature range that fully refrigerated LPG carriers are designed to handle? Option A, 0 to 25 degrees Celsius. Option B, minus 10 to minus 25 degrees Celsius. Option C, minus 50 to 0 degrees Celsius. And option D, minus 100 to minus 50 degrees Celsius. And the answer is option D, minus 100 to minus 50 degrees Celsius. The reason being, those ships are designed for carrying cargoes which is normally carried at that temperature range only. The other ranges are not applicable. Question number 14. What is the primary function of the emergency shutdown system on a liquefied gas tanker? Option A, enhancing cargo transfer speed. Option B, preventing cargo vaporization. Option C, ensuring safe and rapid shutdown in emergencies. And option D, reducing cargo pressure. The answer is ensuring safe and rapid shutdown in emergencies. As the question itself suggests, emergency shutdown system means a quick shutdown during any kind of emergency. So this kind of a system provides a safe and rapid shutdown in times of emergencies. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 15. Which liquefied gas tanker cargo operation involves removing inert gas from cargo tanks before loading? Option A, tank purging. Option B, cargo heating. Option C, loading. Option C, unloading. And the answer is option A, tank purging. So here, tank purging means the leftover inert gas which is inside the tank, which has to be removed before any kind of cargo is to be loaded. So to remove that inert gas, the process which is used to vent out all the inert gas is called tank purging. Question number 16. What is the primary purpose of a cargo tank high level alarm in liquefied gas tanker cargo operations? Option A, enhancing cargo containment. Option B, preventing cargo crystallization. Option C, signaling excess cargo volume. Option D, reducing cargo vaporization. The answer is option C, signaling excess cargo volume. Here, the question itself clearly suggests what is a high level alarm. So the high level means the volume inside the tank. So signaling excess cargo volume is the priority here, and the remaining options in the question are irrelevant. Question number 17. Which type of tank can be either spherical or prismatic in shape? Option A, type A. Option B, type B. Option C, type C. And option D, type D. The answer is option B, type B. Option B, type B is the answer because those types are the tanks which are either built in prismatic and spherical shapes, which are self-supported types. The other options are not valid or irrelevant here. Question number 18. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operations, what does the term boil off control system do? Option A, controls cargo vaporization rate. Option B, monitors cargo temperature. Option C, prevents cargo crystallization. And option D, enhances cargo transfer speed. And the answer is A, controls cargo vaporization rate. As we discussed before, boil off means the cargo itself vaporizing during transit. So boil off control system basically controls the rate of that vaporization. The other options here are irrelevant to the term used. Question number 19. What is the primary function of a cargo pump in liquefied gas tanker operations? Option A, reducing cargo pressure. Option B, enhancing cargo containment. Option C, transferring cargo to and from shore tanks. Option D, providing fuel for the tanker's engine. And the answer is option C, transferring cargo to and from shore facilities. The question asks the purpose of a cargo pump in a liquefied gas tanker operations, and a cargo pump, as the name suggests, purely is provided for the transfer of cargo from and to the shore facilities to the ship. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 21. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operations, what does the term closed loading system involve? Option A, loading cargo in open air environments. Option B, preventing cargo vaporization. Option C, loading cargo in closed and pressurized systems. Option D, rapid cargo heating. The answer is Answer C, loading cargo in closed and pressurized systems. Here the question itself states that closed loading system. So the cargo loaded here is strictly loaded in a closed and pressurized system where there is no vapor return, vents are provided. All the cargo which is being loaded is never let out to the atmosphere. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 22. For semi-pressurized ships, what is the typical working pressure range for type C tanks? Option A 2 to 4 bar, option B 5 to 7 bar, option D 8 to 10 bar, and option D 10 to 12 bar. The answer is option B 5 to 7 bar, as that is the exact design pressure between which the type C type of tanks can work in a semi-pressurized ships, and the other pressure limits which will exceed the design pressure of those tanks. Question number 23. What is the primary purpose of a cargo tank pressure control system in liquefied gas tanker operations? Option A, reducing cargo vaporization. Option B, ensuring safe pressure levels in cargo tanks. Option C, enhancing cargo transfer speed. And option D, preventing cargo crystallization. And the answer is ensuring safe pressure levels in cargo tanks. The question asks for what is the tank pressure control system provided. Here, the tank pressure control system basically controls both the pressure side and the vacuum side inside a cargo tank. So if there is excess pressure, it relieves it, and if there is negative pressure, it balances it by introducing atmospheric air. So basically it provides a safe environment inside cargo tanks. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 24. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operation, what does the term reliquefaction plant involve? Option A, cargo heating system. Option B, gas recovery system. Option C, reducing cargo vaporization rate. And option D, cooling and reliquefying cargo boil off. The answer is option D, cooling and reliquefying cargo boil off. Basically here, in a liquefied gas carrier where there is boil off and you cannot burn it off in the engine, this has to be reliquefied and brought back inside the tank. This is done by cooling it and reliquefying it in a reliq plant and put back inside the cargo tanks. That is what is done in a reliquefaction plant. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 25. What is the primary function of the manifold system on a liquefied gas tanker? Option A, transferring cargo between tanks. Option B, reducing cargo pressure. Option C, enhancing cargo containment. Or option D, preventing cargo crystallization. The answer is option A, transferring cargo between tanks. The manifold is provided on any tanker ship to enhance the transfers inside the tanks on a ship. So basically it is helping the transfer of cargo between the tanks internally and also during loading and discharging externally. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 26. What is the design vapor pressure limit for type B tanks? Option A 1 bar, option B 0.25 bar, option C 0.7 bar, option D 1.5 bar. The answer is option C 0.7 bar, as this is the design pressure for that type of tanks built, which is either spherical or prismatic in shape. So that is a maximum design pressure at which these tanks can work. The other pressures are irrelevant. Question number 27. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operations, what does the term boil off gas compressor do? Option A, compresses cargo vapors for propulsion. Option B, recirculates cargo vapors to the cargo tank. Option C, reduces cargo vaporization rate. Option D, provides fuel for the tanker's engine. And the answer is option A, compresses cargo vapors for propulsion. As the Answer suggests compresses cargo vapors for propulsion. So whatever boil off is happening from the cargo tanks due to the temperature difference, these vapors have to be compressed and brought back to the engine for propulsion. So that is what basically the compressor is doing. The other options here are irrelevant. Question number 28. What is the primary purpose of a cargo tank pressure vacuum breaker in liquefied gas tanker operations? Option A, reducing cargo vaporization. Option B, preventing overpressure or vacuum in a cargo tank. Option C, ensuring safe pressure levels in cargo tank. Option D, enhancing cargo transfer speed. And the answer is option B, preventing overpressure or vacuum in cargo tanks. So here the cargo tank pressure and vacuum breaker in a tanker provided on cargo tanks basically provides the safety of either preventing the tank from getting overpressurized or going into vacuum. This balances both the situation and keeps the cargo tank in a safe atmospheric level. Question number 29. What shapes are Type C tanks typically found in? Option A, rectangular or spherical. Option B, cylindrical or spherical. Option C, cuboidal or conical. Option D, elliptical or triangular. The answer is option B, cylindrical or spherical. Option C and D are totally not related and it is irrelevant. Option A, rectangular or spherical, is the normally Type A tanks or Type B tanks. So cylindrical or spherical tanks are mostly Type C tanks, and that is the answer. Question number 30. In liquefied gas tanker cargo operations, what does the term IGS, inert gas system breakthrough, indicate? Option A, failure of the inert gas system. Option B, excessive cargo pressure. Option C, insufficient cargo volume. Option D, inadequate cargo heating. And the answer is A, failure of inert gas system. As the question itself suggests, IGS system means inert gas system, which has only option A relevant to the question and other options are totally irrelevant to the question asked. So if there is a failure in that inert gas system, that is called IGS breakthrough. So with that, we conclude the sample exit exam for liquefied gas tanker familiarization course. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all from AMET City College. Thank you.